Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some really good news for people that were questioning whether they should upgrade to the 11 or not from the 10. Some really useful information has just dropped that I think most of you are going to find really interesting. So let's check it out. So there's been a lot of people saying how it's not worth upgrading to the Hero 11 from the 10, but with this new bit of information, I think it's going to be very tempting for a lot of people to upgrade because we actually have quite a significant difference now, and it's confirmed with what looks to be the packaging that they send out to influencers when they launch a new GoPro model. And on the box, we see some really interesting information. First of all, the packaging is different to the packaging we've seen in stores already, confirmed to be the Hero 11 Black, which looks much like the previous generation. This packaging is slightly different, and included is these flexible bars that mean you can just wrap them around anywhere, so you can mount your GoPro to anything. Comes with a lovely bag with 11 on it. But the most interesting part is the inside of the packaging. So often when they give influencers these cameras, they also give them a bit of a cheat sheet or instructions on how to use it to best promote the camera. And so on the right hand side we can see gummy flexible mount. So that's what they're calling it, and you can see how the bars wrap round and then knot at the back, and that's how you're going to mount it to things. I think they're taking advantage of the fact that they're turning it up to 11 now.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
So it's now versatility level 11. On the left hand side of the inside of this packaging, they're mentioning phrases like jack of all trades, and one of the mission goals is to deliver the most versatile GoPro to date. And under stats, new sensor for more immersive capture, so it's going to be a wider field of view, but we've heard about that already. So a narrow field of view is like if you're just seeing an image from just in front of you, and then as the image gets wider and wider, that's a wider field of view. Hypersmooth 5 stabilization, they're obviously trying to promote that too. They're saying next gen image quality, and I'll get to why that's important. This could be the big thing. For me, it was a big selling point. I didn't actually believe it was going to happen, but it seems to be happening. The GoPro 11 has made a major leap forward above previous generations with this generation. Night effect presets. Now this was something that was rumored for the previous GoPro, but then we didn't really see much of it, but there was some sort of AI to help with low light, so I guess they've enhanced that even more for this generation. So the claims they're making on the box are longer lasting enduro battery, a new larger sensor, so the sensor is now an 8x7 sensor rather than a 4x3. So basically what that means, it's how long each side is compared to the other. There's a new view called Hyperview, which is utilizing this new bigger sensor in order to get a bigger image, which I'll be interested to see how much of a difference that is, and I will do comparisons on this channel, so stay tuned for that. And this is the really big one for me. So 10-bit color. 10-bit color might not sound like much, but it is a major leap forward over 8-bit color. So the leap from 8-bit to 10-bit is massive. It's a massive amount of colors, a variation of colors, different, and that will allow us to color grade footage, to make it more professional, to match with cinema grade cameras. This really elevates the GoPro 11 high above previous generations, and it means I think so many more people are going to buy the GoPro camera now just because of that. Anyone that wants to do any sort of cool, interesting color grading is going to have such a massive improvement by going to 10-bit color. It means that log profiles are worth using, because essentially what happens, any image you record in 8-bit, when you start pushing and pulling the colors and the brightnesses around, it starts to lose the original quality of the image. But when you go from 8-bit to 10-bit, which is actually a massive amount of color variations different, you can push and pull much further, and the colors aren't going to break down, meaning all of the pixels next to each other are going to still have variation in the color. It really is a major upgrade, and I'm surprised they're not making a bigger deal about it, because it's sold me. I'm very happy with this, because I was a bit disappointed thinking I've got to buy the 11 because I said I would, just so I could compare it to the 10, but it's basically the 10.2. But no, it is definitely a marked improvement. We also have automatic highlight videos, which is something that is going to be in the software rather than in the camera, I imagine, but that might have something to do with the new AI that's in the camera that's going to somehow recognize really good parts in the videos. They're saying new photo resolutions on this packaging. We know that's 27 megapixels, but there's probably going to be other options in there too. 5.3K 60, the same as previous cameras, unfortunately there. Time Warp 3, we already had, but night effect presets. That's quite interesting. So I think maybe there's going to be some sort of algorithmic processes going on within the camera to clear up any noise in camera, so you don't need to worry about it in post-production. That's going to be quite interesting. So with the night effect mode, it might be like a HDR mode, so it's taking frames at the same time at different exposure levels and then blending them to get the best exposure overall from different frames. And we've had new leaks from Roland Quant of WinFuture again confirming that the GoPro Hero 11 Mini is going to have the identical specs as the Hero 11 Black. Now that's fantastic news because it gives you a real option there, and you're like, do I want the bigger one or do I want the smaller one? And they're both going to do the same thing. That is really, really great. So I think for mounting cameras on the outside of cars or planes where you don't need screens on it, the Mini is going to be a really interesting option. So great, exciting stuff. GoPro have also put a new graphic up on the website, and it's about the new release, which is going to be now the 14th. So there's going to be a new trailer and release party on the 14th, and very likely, as previous years have shown, the day after is when you're usually able to order the camera. All of the reviews come out, so we're going to be able to see all the reviews from the big YouTubers who are sent free cameras, and whether or not we can trust those reviews, I'm not sure, but I know that when I get the cameras, I'm also ordering the DJI Action 3, and I'll be comparing it to the One RS, the GoPro 10, the GoPro 11 Mini, and the GoPro 11 Black. I'm going to be comparing all those cameras. So if you're interested in any of those cameras, then why not subscribe? And you'll be notified when those videos go up, especially if you ring the notification bell. So, fantastic news. I know a lot of people have been disappointed by the leaks previously, but if you're into color grading or you want the widest field of view, the Hero 11 may still be a really intriguing option for you, even if you already own the 10 Black. So, fantastic news, and as ever, I'll see you on the next one.